Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this recap video, I'm going to walk through a nuance using the 1-minute chart that can make a really big difference in your momentum trading. So I talk a lot about trend following here in this room, but let's talk about momentum trading, which is something that's fairly popular to do in the morning with early post-bell breaches on the S&P, Nasdaq, and Dow. And the 1 minute can be a really good way to determine what days that is ideal versus what days it may not be. So one of the things I do in the morning is one of 3 different breaches. It's something we do in the chat room. Now, my preferred breach is the 30-minute. I look for a 30-minute clearing range breach. There are also other types of breaches that other traders in the room look for. A 5-minute is a popular one, as is the 15. And they're all valid ways of looking at different momentum plays through resistance or through support. So again, think about what momentum trading is versus exhaustion trading and why we would pick one over the other. Well, when I key up the charts and the bell rings and I see a lack of trending clarity, and we'll talk about trending clarity in more detail in the premium video, but think about what criteria that you might be using now that helps you determine if the market's in a trend. Now, we have a very specific use for the wave and the grab and propulsion dots, and they were not meeting the criteria here. So immediately I know, because the 1 minute lacks that clarity, I'm better off waiting for a correction. That momentum trades may not follow through higher through resistance or lower through support in the way that momentum traders want. Now, there are some days the 1 minute is just in fuego. It's got the clarity, and you'll notice when those breaches occur, there's terrific follow through. So if you're a momentum player and you're not looking at what the 1 minute is doing, I think it does give you a tremendous amount of insight into why certain types of trades work and don't. So right off the bat, as much as I was waiting for my 30-minute breach, I knew that this was going to make possibly an exhaustion trade, or what I call a correction, a retracement trade, a better alternative. And that is actually what we ended up doing. In fact, both of them triggered, but because of the 1 minute, because of the way it was behaving, we knew that it might be better off to wait for this kind of move. It might be better off to wait for the market to come back to us before we take the ride higher. Keep an eye on that 1 minute. It can be a tremendous filter for you momentum traders, and it'll let you trend traders know when the environment might be better for being patient, waiting for a price movement range correction, especially for the clearing. It worked like just clockwork today, and we'll talk more about this in the premium video. See you in the next update.